welcome to Cigar Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, Smokin' Joe.
I'm Brad Jackson.
And since I am smoking the new dun 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 Rocky Patel 30th anniversary edition.
I've always been a fan. I remember us doing like the 20th anniversary, and then I think he also did a 25th anniversary.
Yeah, and there's a 13th as well. Yeah, this guy it's a box pressed with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper over a double binder from Nicaragua made with aged 7-year tobacco and a filler blend consisting of 5-year aged Nicaraguan and Honduran cigars or tobaccos. Yeah, that word.
I don't know. We can't talk about Rocky Patel without ever... Superheroes. Bring them back.
Yes. Where is my superheroes, Rocky? Like, yeah, you've kept some of these blends around forever. Like, yeah, we've had the edge for God knows how long. Like, come on, just bring them back. We want some superheroes.
I will say I uncovered one while going through my humidors.
It's like you're waiting for a special occasion. You're like, I want it, but I don't want it because after I smoke it, it's going to be gone.
Like, that's a 10-year-old cigar now.
Or it's mellowed out and it's like disappointing now. It's not as strong as it was back then.
So I don't know. That's one that could go either way. But at some point, I'm going to fire that thing up and be like, wow. Either this aged really well and I'm disappointed that I smoked it, or...
It's aged really bad. I'm disappointed I smoked it. And it's got a cool little footer band that you could probably put it on and make a tiny crown out of it.
I'm digging the larger band, the black on gold, foil
it's got
there.
A little bit of a texture to it too. It's kind of cool. It's if you want to be fancy this upcoming, something to smoke around your in-laws on Thanksgiving or celebrate Christmas. Yeah, maybe grab you one of these guys right here.
So fancy. That's when you smoke with your pinky up, right? Mm-hmm. Oh yes, yeah.
Just don't forget and go to ash and then burn your pinky. That could be a danger.
I mean, you could use your cigar to cauterize your cat wound that you got.
Yeah. Speaking of fancy, because we hadn't even got to the main topic. We're already on a tangent. Buffalo Trace has a cigar gift pack out for the holidays, and the box looks like the top of a whiskey barrel. I mean, it's got metal bands on it, and there's it even has a wood grain kind, so it looks like it's wood. And when you open it up, the inside of the box looks like the inside of a whiskey barrel. It's kind of has a charred oak look to it, and it even comes with this metal. On one side, it looks like a Buffalo Trace big challenge coin, but when you pull it out and turn it over, it's like a cigar rest on the other side. So,
that's cool.
Pretty badass looking. I'm like, I kind of want one of those. Being bourbon guys that we is.
I am a bourbon guy. Although I was on the road again because that's what I do.
On the road again.
Hennessy margarita. Weird. It works. I'm just gonna say it works.
Hennessy margarita. That's interesting. I have to try that. Well, speaking of classics brought back, this week we're gonna be talking about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. And that we bitched about not having horror stuff during Halloween. It's seems like all the kind of horror and horror adjacent shit's coming out now. I'm like, bro, y'all a month late.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll go into it into the main segment, but I guess before we do that though, I highly recommend the film.
Yeah. And if you need to wake the dead, you should call in the Strike Force. StrikeForceEnergy.com. Use your promo code Cigar Nerds. Works like a lightning bolt. It'll wake you up.
You always talk about Strike Force, but we need Strike Force in the studio.
Yeah, we gotta get some. It's been a minute.
I'm always buying energy drinks and stuff as a little pick me up, and
you just get that pump bottle and just squirt it straight in your straight
I
to
got
the dome.
My energy apple juice. Maybe some Strike Force would go good with that.
Ooh, just freaking double caffeinate.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna wait for some lightning bolts, and we'll be right back with Frankenstein. And welcome to Frankenstein.
Yeah, right off the bat, man, I gotta say, I like the direction that this went. Definitely some changes from the book version to Del Toro's vision, but there were nods and homages, and for a 2 hour and a little over 2.5 hours,
Pretty freaking long, or at least it felt pretty freaking long.
I was gonna say the exact opposite. Like, I guess because it's broken into part 1 and part 2.
I mean, it didn't feel long, like as it like dragged on. It just felt long. Like I'm like, this is like a fucking big ass movie. Yeah, runtime's 150 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Something like that.
Math, computing,
Yeah,
doing shit. But I don't know. Like, some people I know they're just looking for the straight book adaptation, and
but I think this too was probably the closest to a book adaptation that I've seen, because there was a lot more story that I've not seen in previous theatrical versions of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot that and I even,
it's been a long time since I've read the book, so I'm like, I don't know if this is something just new, or if it's like this is stuff from the book that no one's ever really put in.
Well, it was, so
live action.
I took it a step further, and there's like a 45-minute, like director cut type deal where it's Del Toro talking about his vision, everything from hair, makeup, the sets, everything. But he was like, since I was a kid, like I've wanted to do this 2-part series, one version of telling Victor's side, and then the other side, from the monster's perspective, if you want to call it the monster, and I think anybody, like, that was always the thing, like, people always say, oh, it's Frankenstein, green dude with bolts through the neck.
No, that's
like,
the Universal Monsters Frankenstein.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's like, this is the first one, like I said, and I don't know if this is something from the book or something that Del Toro came up with on his own. But yeah, this is the first one that I remember seeing where it kind of gave equal time to Frankenstein's perspective. A lot of them, it's always told by Victor.
Yep.
Or witnesses to Victor. It's like, but yeah, this one, like, it kind of had that moment. It's like, jumping way ahead when the monster finally shows up, and he's like, oh, he's told you his story, well, let me tell you mine, and then kind of gives his perspective on how things went,
which I think was great. Definitely. Jurassic Park, I'm a huge fan, obviously, but it's always like, just because we can, nobody ever asks if we should. And when you start dabbling in that, okay, I am now the sole creator of this thing, like, there's a whole level of beyond parenting that has to happen.
And like I said, I'm always a big fan of Guillermo's kind of style, because I mean, he's one who's he spends a lot of time on the visuals, but not. He does a lot of practical effects, and and instead of just like relying on CGI, if he uses CGI, it's to enhance the practical effects and not to like cover them up.
Well, I thought one of the things that was in that little,
just the whole, like, not just the creatures, but like the whole set. I mean, he really put some detail in, like, you're just looking around the background of things, and it's like, man, all this stuff looks like legit and real.
Well, he said that most of the time your director's office is next to accounting. For him, it's he wants to be in the middle of everything, so it's right by the art department and all of that stuff. Like, and it shows. I mean, I couldn't imagine like the makeup and everything else. I mean, all those individual prosthetics, like that actor was in the chair over 10 hours, getting prosthetics and makeup done.
Yeah, that's
Like that's the type of shit that I don't even think about, like
insane.
when people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to make a career out of, being an actor or, portraying a character," and it's like, okay, well, before I can even start my day, I got to sit here for 10 hours
Yeah,
while,
before you work your 8-hour shift. It's like, you're going to work an 8-hour shift today, but we need you to, like, prep for 10 hours before you get here.
or the worst would be like, all right, I need you here for 10 hours and we got like a 5-minute segment to shoot.
Yeah, those dudes that do, like, creature work like that, I mean, they have to be the most patient motherfuckers on the planet. I mean, it's like Doug Jones, who's, like, in a bunch of Del Toro stuff, and he's like, if I saw that dude walking down the street, I would not know who he was until I heard his voice, because he's played so many, like, characters where he's in so much prosthetics and makeup that you, like, never, like, really sure what Doug Jones actually looks like. Because, I mean, he's in, so it's like, to do that not just once, but to do that, like, on the regular, like, yeah, I'm gonna be here for 10, 15, and not just, like, the however many hours it is to get into the shit, taking it off safely so they can reuse that stuff or not, like, damage the actor as they're pulling the stuff off of them. It's like, yeah, they usually have like, a couple hours of post-shooting makeup to get all that crap off.
Like, Rachel dabbles with the SFX shit and but, like you said, all right, Halloween's over and that shit just gets ripped off. Like, I never think about, oh, this has to be reused time and time again.
I mean, even if it's not like, even if they're applying like fresh prosthetics the next day, they still have to kind of safely take the other stuff off so they can like match it to the new stuff for continuity's sake, So yeah, it's a fucking process. You can't just rip it off and end of the day and go about your business.
But it was cool to see that. Like, that's one of the things I miss about Blu-rays and DVDs is, we've talked about it before, is all the behind the scenes and, what it actually takes to do a production. Because most of the time you look at a finished product and you're like, oh man, that was great or that was dog shit. But even when it's dog shit, it's like, how many hundreds and hundreds of hours, were invested.
It's kind of like when a few weeks ago we talked about Peacemakers, like, almost every episode they had like a 15-20 minute like mini doc kind of the making of that episode, because yeah, I'm a huge, like, like we said back in the day when we used to have physical media, the making ofs and the director commentaries and stuff, and like, yeah, it's like now all that stuff kind of lives on YouTube a lot of the times, but yeah, it's like having that access to that stuff I kind of miss, because yeah, after I watch something, especially something like I really enjoy, I'm like, all right, now I want to delve in deeper and see how this see how the cake was baked,
Yeah, absolutely. See how all the ingredients go together, but from my vantage point, this is absolutely a hit. There.
And for a Netflix movie too, I'm surprised this wasn't a
and that was the thing,
is theatrical release.
The visuals and everything else and the quality of acting, this felt theatrical. Like, this is one that I'm almost disappointed that, I had to watch it on a 70-inch TV and
yeah.
not, whatever the hell theater size is.
Yeah, because it had a limited theater. Because one thing is, like, to be eligible for award season, you have to have a theatrical release. So a lot of these, like, Netflix movies, you'll get like maybe one weekend in like a couple theaters just so they're eligible for. And this one should get like a shitload of awards, just for, if not for the acting, just for the visual effects and makeup. Those guys deserve like awards for this shit, because especially leading up to Victor making the monster or the creature, his like experiments before that, some of the, like the stuff where he's like reanimating like partial corpses and arms, temporary, that stuff looked cool as shit. As a guy who used to work in a haunted house, I'm like, this would look badass in a fucking haunted house.
Like, I almost want, like, we've got the damn basketball, shoot games and stuff like that. Like, I really want the game where it's just the upper torso and, it reaches out and catches the ball. Like,
Yeah, it's one of the things. He's like, we get a scene of him like basically called into a like college of surgeons. They're like, your experiments are because he's like he loses his mother, loses his father, and he's like, I'm going to conquer death. I'm not going to become a doctor to treat the injured. I want to become a doctor so I can like
Prevent
stop death completely. And so we see some early experiments, and like I said, he gets called into like basically the board of surgeons that they think his experiments are immoral or and he's like, oh, here's a demonstration. He like whips off this tarp, and there's like, it's like a fucking zombie. It's like half a torso with like an arm and shit. And he's like, here you go, gentlemen. Let me plug in these steampunk batteries here, and the thing comes to life. And they're like, oh, this is just, we know if you run electricity through muscle tissue, you can cause it to expand and contract. This is not signs of life. This is just, puppetry. It's like, really? Can a puppet do this? And like tosses the thing a ball, and it actually like catches it. And it's like, he's like, we're like, oh shit.
Well, I think even the biggest getter is when he's like, okay, now drop it, please. And then just the snide. The please is very important.
Yeah. The please always helps. Yeah. That's one thing too I was talking about. Is like, yeah, that's, you can't puppet that because the human brain is like the fastest supercomputer on the planet. We have not been able to build a computer to mimic thought, because you throw something at someone and they reach up and catch it out of reflex. To make a robot do that, you have to calculate kind of trajectory, speed. There's like if I were to write out the math of how to catch a ball, it would be like a fucking giant ass equation, but your brain does it like without you even thinking about it. Well, it makes all those calculations and plots the intercept course without even really conscious thought.
I dabbled with robotics back in high school, and I literally spent a week writing a code.
Yeah, to pick up a bot,
just to
move
pick
it to
up
like
a
another piece of the table.
Ball to move it 6 inches. Like, I was like,
to like make basically a baseball catching robot. It's like, that's just tons and tons of data that you have to calculate.
But then you think about like the shit that Boston Dynamic and everything else is doing with the robot dogs and all that kind of like,
it's getting close.
It's getting to the point now to where it's scary.
Yeah, especially like the AI, like the audio and visual stuff, where it's just like, hey, write me a video about this, and they're like, all right, yeah, here you go. It's like, oh yeah, we're all gonna die soon.
Yeah, and now you've got a number of voice actors and stuff selling their voices to be able to be used by AI and stuff.
Yeah, that was one thing. I was listening to a podcast with Ross Patterson's new book is about to come out. This next, I think, comes out the same day this podcast will.
Is this going to be another At Night She Cries, or is
yes,
this...
it's the final one. It's called the Final Inch. But he was talking about, he discovered, I can't remember the name of the company, but yeah, a lot of celebrities have licensed their voice is to be used for AI. So he's like, he always does these like big, like almost like radio play versions of, he has several actors playing characters in his audiobooks. But he said with this, he's like, I can basically like, if I want McConaughey to like read this character, I can purchase it from this company. And now like, I don't have to hire actors to play these parts in my audiobook. I can just plug and play whatever celebrity I want to play this character in the book.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely, in my humble opinion, that doesn't mean two shits, because technology is going to do what technology does, for better or for worse. But I just think that's a slippery slope that, at some point, like, all right, well, we've sold all the things, now what?
Terminators.
You laugh,
it all
toaster
goes
laughs.
back to Skynet. Yeah. Oh.
We shoot the toaster. That's.
But this movie starts as most Frankenstein movies start with, the Royal Danish Navy on an expedition to the North Pole becomes trapped
And
in the ice.
This part was in the book. So this is kind of how the book starts, with the captain's notes. And
Yeah, he finds Victor on the ice, and he's like, because there's like an explosion as they're trying to dig the in. And I like too, it's like a parallel story of obsession. Where like the crew is like, if we get the boat unfrozen, are we going home? And he's like, no, we've not completed our mission. We're completing our mission no matter what. And then he meets Victor, who's like, let me tell you my story of how obsession can ultimately undo you and those around you. But yeah, finds him on the ice, and then the creature shows up and demands Victor's head, and they have a skirmish with this super powered thing, and they eventually sink him in the ice, which will slow him down. But he's like, all right, we sunk him in the ice. He's like, oh, he ain't dead, but you're gonna slow him down. Let me tell you my story before he comes back.
Yeah,
and you get part one, Victor's
but
story.
just watching, the creature, like the level of acting for that, like I'm always, and this goes back to Groot and the other ones, like, of course we get introduced to the character after he's had years of training and development and, life coaching essentially.
Yeah.
But
yeah, to start off with the just like, Victor, just the
Yeah.
only thing he's just
yeah, I mean, it was like the communication was more so in the facial expressions, but it's almost like,
basically a
that
super powered newborn.
actor does so good with those facial expressions that, like, okay, yeah, the actions, the expression, like, I can almost infer how you're trying to communicate with me. Like,
And I'm not familiar with this actor too. The guy who played the monster is Jacob Elordi. Elordi. Yeah, I'm.
it's probably going to be one of those that we Google, and then all of a sudden it's like, this guy's been in everything. We just didn't know it.
Apparently he's the kids will know who he is because he's been in a bunch of, like, he was in the Kissing Booth franchise, and he was also in Euphoria on HBO. So none of the things I watch, but apparently he's a big actor with the youths.
That's I started this DJ endeavor, right? And like all this shit with 6-7, and I'm like, I'm trying to learn like all the fucking kid lingo now, and I'm
Still
like,
no idea what that is.
oh my god, what have I done?
It's not even a 68. I mean, the fuck's a 6-7? We're old. But yeah, and we also got Oscar Isaacs, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz. Like a pretty stacked freaking cast for this movie.
And I mean, dude, it shows though. Like I said, there's good Netflix productions, don't get me wrong. But this truly felt like it was a production meant to be on the big screen.
Yeah, there's Netflix stuff that you're like, all right, this is a whatever indie film. And then there's ones like, oh, this is like big budget. Yeah, I mean, the budget for this was $120 million, which seems kind of cheap. I mean, just
well, and I still haven't figured out exactly how the funding for this works. Like, I get it with, theatric releases and stuff, but when it comes to streaming, like, is there like, a tiered threshold and be like, okay, well,
we
if
got
we
so
hit...
many more subscribers, or this was watched so many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's not like you can't. Well,
like,
I mean,
I don't know
now,
what the tangible.
Now they got the ad model, but yeah, I have still no idea how Netflix makes money. And they never tell you like you can't get like numbers and shit on like Netflix stuff. They're like famously, they'll tell you like, yeah, this was good or not, but they won't give you like, oh, this was watched X number of times or whatnot. They're famously hush hush about because they probably don't want to pay people more if they find out how famous they actually are.
It's just crazy to me, like, thinking about Netflix as fucking DVD kiosk.
Back in the we're so old, kids. Back in the day, we used to get Netflix in the mail. There was no streaming. It started off as a freaking, you went online and you ordered DVDs to your house, and then when you were done with them, you sent them back, and they sent you more DVDs.
Like, are we at the point now to where like there's kids out there that's like, yeah, what's the DVD?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Redbox went out of business. I mean, that was a thing for a long time. That was like kind of like the last like physical rental place. It was like after Blockbuster and Turtles and everything else went, Hollywood Video, all those closed up. Your trusty Redbox, where you could get a movie on your way out of the grocery store, like, was like the last bastion of renting physical media. And then it's like, nope, it is no more.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future, old man.
Yeah, where we don't own shit.
Yeah.
We literally pay to lease everything, and at a moment's notice, it can all be taken away.
It's gonna be like remember Fahrenheit 451? When books were outlaws, they was like outlawed. There was certain people that memorized books.
Yeah.
That way, like whenever we could write them down again at some point. There's gonna be a bunch of people that are like, when all the physical media goes away, we're gonna like make YouTube versions of movies. That way, we can preserve them for history.
God, that's sad to say.
It's like you're like and
Oh, don't worry, it's in the cloud. But what happens when the cloud goes away?
yeah, we get like some kind of post-apocalyptic movie or where like the world has collapsed. There's no more internet, so all these things that we didn't have physical media are gone. But then there's a few like autistic people that have memorized shit. Like, so you're going to like live action plays, and it's like Star Wars and shit. Because like, our tribal elder is telling us the tale of Luke Skywalker.
Corey with Star Wars, A Forbidden Tale.
Yeah, it's gonna be like,
And at that
it's gonna
point,
be
it'll
back
be
to
like
Shakespearean theater work, but it's all gonna be old popular movies.
it'll be. So wait a second, is this fiction or nonfiction? Like, are these events that really happened?
Who knows?
Were there people really running around Earth with lightsabers fighting off, droids and stuff? Like,
Of course.
yeah. Like, I mean, you just think back to the telephone game, right? Like,
It's like the aliens in the fucking Tim Allen movie, where they had thought Earth like TV broadcasts were like history, so they built like the starships and shit from Galaxy Quest. Yeah, it's like, so like these alien race thought like that was real, so they built their own like starship based on the TV broadcast that they had intercepted. That'll be the future.
you know what I've
When
realized?
they find our historical documents after the Earth falls.
Yeah, like the only legitimate thing will be a space-time capsule somewhere. Somebody will, wait a minute, everything that we've thought was, what is this? Aliens, man.
I gotta say, we're talking about his design choices. When his mother dies, and then again when his father dies, the coffins were badass. It was like a carved like marble statue of the person with like just their face like stinging up out of it, and it was like, put the little mask on you. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I want one of those when I die. I want to be stuck in a statue.
Dude, that like almost added a whole nother like,
It was like almost like
creep
a
factor, you
yeah.
know?
It was like a gothic interpretation of like a Egyptian sarcophagus.
Yeah. Secretly, the pharaohs were goths.
Speaking of goths, transition. Mia Goth, who played both Victor's mom and later on his brother's fiance.
I was wondering how you were going to get us back on track. I was about to make the comment of, we really should start hanging out more, because when we do hang out, it's just, hey, tangent, we can't focus.
Yeah, that neither one of us has slept much, so we're on a lot of caffeine this episode. Oh,
Caffeine, cocaine,
She's
all the things.
she's a weird actress. It's like, I've only ever seen her in like horror movies.
I mean, does it really get any less horror talking about, Frankenstein? Like, I mean,
But she's also made a career of playing multiple characters. Because like I said, she played Victor's mom, and then later was his brother's wife, fiance that Victor had the hots for because she was a intellectual woman and a liked to study bugs.
Victor's mom.
But did you ever see
going on
that
I was working on a Halloween remix
from the Summer of Naked Old Women, the X movie?
Oh, I don't remember if I saw that. I think we talked about it though.
It's a trilogy, and I haven't seen the last one yet, but I think I've seen the kill count. I saw like the second one because there's like the first one. It's about a bunch of people in the 70s go rent a farmhouse to film a porn, and the old people that own the house are jealous of their youth and want to kill the teenagers that are having the sex. But she plays both the porn star chick and the creepy old lady who wants to kill everybody. And then they did a prequel movie where she played the young version of that old lady, and you see how she went, the shit that happened to her that made her batshit crazy, and it was called Pearl. But yeah, but in that first one, yeah, she's playing both the final girl protagonist and the killer. she's like trying to.
You ever not been laid in a while, and you're just like, I'm so fucking frustrated, and I hate life.
I need to kill.
And then you get laid, and then it's all sunshine and rainbows, and Yeah.
But yeah, so playing multiple characters in the same movie is nothing new for her.
I think that was Frankenstein's biggest issue.
What's that? Not getting laid?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and see, I did it there too. We should say the creature's issue.
Yeah, it's like it's been Frankenstein's cursed. Like the monster has never gotten a name in all these years. I mean, it was a test on the Monster Squad monster test. Is Frankenstein the name of the monster, or is it? Well, he does call him son, so technically, I guess he is Frankenstein. We just don't know what his first name is. It's Bob Frankenstein.
Son of Frankenstein.
Frankenstein son. That's how they used to names get made back in the day.
God, it's brilliant. I think it is. Did we make it past the opening battle yet? Just bodies getting slung and people getting fucked up left and right, because that was pretty epic.
Oh yeah, because of course these Danish sailors are trying to fight off the monster's attack, and yeah, he's just like fucking pimp slapping dudes left and right.
And then the fucking blunderbuss. That's the one thing about Del Toro too. You're gonna get some kind of crazy fucking gun.
Was it the fucking the Hellboy pistol? That might be able to take down a Frankenstein.
Yeah, but he's just gonna regenerate. Like I was wondering, the like celebrity death matches, have the creature from Frankenstein versus like Deadpool.
It's gonna be like when Wolverine fought Deadpool in the car. Like neither one of them can die.
Yeah,
but it's weird too because he's like part of the.
I mean, he does kind of. Well, actually, he doesn't die. He's just said, "Oh, it goes dark," and then
I wake up, and it's like it's kind of like when the Highlander gets killed. He's dead for a minute, and then he just kind of reboots. Yeah, it was like, all right, cool. You've got these healing powers now, but he can't heal his original scars. He's still like just patchworks and shit. It's like no, those injuries were before I became immortal, so I keep those original scars.
But I don't know. I mean, it was definitely a cool look.
But it was definitely more, and I don't know if this is from, like I said, the book, because kind of the closest to, I guess, authentic because we have the Universal Monsters version of Frankenstein, but the old, what was it, the 90s with Robert De Niro as Frankenstein? That was kind of like the original classical look at Frankenstein.
I started doing some research, and dude, there's been a ton of Frankenstein movies that I just, for whatever reason, I don't remember, and I'm like, like 2004, 2010, and other stuff, and I'm like, where the hell were all these movies at?
Yeah, and then you got like Van Helsing. There's like a ton of movies where Frankenstein's just a character in the movie, even if he's not the star. But I always remember like Victor's experiments kind of being him by himself, where this one he had a lot more help. Like he had Christoph Waltz's character, who's like an arms merchant, Henrik Harlander, who basically funds his operation, because we find out later on that he's dying and he's trying to, hopefully Victor can defeat death so he can not die of syphilis. And then you got his brother, who I don't think I've ever really seen his brother as a big character of that. I mean, there's always like the love interest in these Frankenstein movies.
I mean, you got to have the gothic romance.
But yeah, he's got his brother. He's got his kind of benefactor that, you know, he's not operating alone as he has in like previous films.
But I don't.
And also, we got a lot more of his, like, most of the stories start with the creation, where this one, like, we got a little bit more of like young Victor and his like they fleshed out what made him be the man he was, like a lot more of his like child story of Victor that I've not seen before.
Cool, just seeing the upbringing and Victor's father just being like, "Ha, you answered wrong, you get lashed. You will be better than me."
And the old saying of like the sins of the father, like once he starts trying to train the monster, he starts kind of being abusive to him like his father was to him. That too, and like Victor is such a dick in this movie, where it's like he ends up, and it might have been accidental, killing the he fights with his benefactor, and then Heinrich falls off the tower. He looks like he tries to save him, but then he's like, tells his brother, he's like, "Oh, we got to keep the creature locked up. The creature killed, and of course his benefactor is also his brother's fiance's uncle,
Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth's uncle, and it's like, oh no, the monster killed him. Like, so like, until kind of Victor truly creates the monster, because the monster is not kind of bad to begin with, but Victor keeps kind of telling everybody, "Oh, Leia, look at him. He's look at me. I'm the genius. No, this thing's just a beast that, he killed Henrik here, and when he like didn't have anything to do with that shit." Or later on when the hunters find him and they're like, "Oh, he must be a monster," and he's like, "No, I was trying to save this old man. He motherfucker got eaten by wolves."
Yeah. I mean, which, that's just all great, perspective of time and place, but then just, the human element, of,
Guillermo did a good job of humanizing the creature, and making Victor the douchebag.
Well, at least for part one, you know, and I mean, like you said, sins of thy father, but, hey, you created this thing, but nobody stopped to think about the morality, hey, okay, I exist. What do I exist for? What is my purpose? What, but then, all of life has to be, is about your experiences, and, your experiences are going to shape the individual. If you grew up in shitty situations, most of the time you're probably, some people will be able to work themselves out of that, but by and large, you fall victim to it.
And of course, fucking Victor, egotistical,
narcissistic.
As soon as Elizabeth shows some more attention to the monster, and the monster's like, "Ooh, Elizabeth," and he's like, gets freaking jealous. He's like, "No, this thing is evil. I've got to burn down my lab and destroy the thing I've made, to cover up my crimes." But yeah, then we get like,
and he just magically has all that fuel on hand.
I mean, he had to, he had to fuel his steam engines. There was steam engines that were powering the diesel. The science runs off diesel, apparently.
Okay.
That was one of the things when they were building the lab, and he's like making his brother like kind of work as his like whatchamacallit, the project manager. He's like, "All right, yeah, we need this, and this. We need these lightning rods made out of silver. We need enough fuel for the for the steam engines to power everything. So that was one of the things on his shopping list. Like, we're gonna need a shitload of diesel to
That
power
might have
these
been
generators.
that part I nodded off, and
Yeah.
then when I resumed, I was like, "Oh shit, I skipped 10 minutes." I was like doing that thing, like, "Okay, I remember this. I remember that. Oh, I don't remember this. So go back, a few more scenes. Maybe I didn't. Maybe there was a."
It sounds like a freaking grandfather clock going off. We've reached the witching hour.
It's just gonna be a cuckoo clock. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Oh, but yeah. Then we get, because the last we see of the creature, he's very fresh slate, as you say, like Groot. And then when he makes it onto the ship and confronts like the captain, he's like, well, he's told you his version of the story. Let me tell you mine and let you decide if you're gonna protect this asshole or not. And we flash back to him like right after that explosion and him kind of wandering the forest. He comes across this hunting cabin in a family.
Well, even before that, like just him, like I love just the pure innocence. You got the deer sitting there eating berries, and he's literally, picking berries and feeding the deer. Like he's not,
No, there's no like aggression in him
exactly.
until he finally has enough of humanity. And of course the hunters like kill the deer and then chase him off trying to kill, what is this beast? But then he kind of hides out in that basement and then starts doing like nice things for that family that he's taking like food and clothing from, and it's like it's the spirit of the forest. And and of course like it's winter's coming, like we have to go hunt, and but the old man is like, I'm blind, I'm old, you and the kids go off for the winter, I'll maintain the cabin and stay here. And then like he meets the spirit of the forest and like starts like teaching him to read, teaching him to speak and shit, and he becomes all like articulate and stuff.
Well, I mean, I thought it was cool because you see the grandfather sitting with a kid and it's like, okay, you did good, and Frankenstein's just sitting there with his little peephole, like, oh, hands, oh, words, like, and let me just sit here with my pet rats, just me and the rats are one.
I'm the rat.
But I mean, I thought that was cool where he's like, hey, how can, they keep leaving me gifts and, shit like that. Like, what can I do to, hey, here you go. Build you a pen for your sheep. Hey, I, stacked all your, wheat and shit. Like, let me try to carry my weight.
Yeah. And then, once he kind of learns enough to be coherent, he's like, let me go back to where I was born and see if I can figure out how I came to be. And then he finds like Victor's notes and a letter to him, so he's like, now I can go find my creator. And he comes back and it's like, oh no, Grandpa got eaten by the wolves and now I gotta fight the wolves. And and of course like the hunters come back right as he's like, like, oh, you must have killed father, now we have to kill you. And that's when he first like, oh, I got shot in the head and I didn't die. I'm immortal. I'm going to live forever by myself because I'm one of a kind. Let me go find my creator and demand he make me a companion.
But I kind of like that, where the wolves don't hate the sheep and the, sheep don't hate the wolves. It's just the circle of life like that.
It's the circle of life.
We just went straight Lion King. I killed your father.
I wonder what Scar's name was before he became Scar.
Scarless.
I mean, it's kind of foreshadowed. You get named Scar, then you end up with a scar. I mean, or he's like, damn it, my name's Steve. Why do y'all keep calling me fucking Scar? That's kind of rude. No wonder he wanted to kill everybody.
Guys, stop picking on me. God, we should do like a series of something of like alternate, like.
And of course we find Victor now is like at his brother's wedding, and he's still trying to mac on his brother's fiance with his sweet like prosthetic leg. I mean, prosthetic legs from the 1800s. That was pretty advanced for that. I guess if you're a fan of steampunk, this is a very steampunk-esque movie, especially his lab. Like, his lab was like cool as shit. That's like something straight out of some Orson Welles shit.
They're just like, hey, there's a steampunk expo. Let's go here and film.
Yeah.
Mustache rides?
Oh. And of course he does, fucks him over again. He's like, I want you to make me a partner. He's like, hell no. Like, I'm ashamed that I made you. I'm not making another one. What are y'all going to do? Breed then? No, this is bullshit. And then, of course he, fucking slaps him around a bit. And then homegirl comes in and Victor tries to kill. This motherfucker like heals. Like, you're going to try to shoot him and then you accidentally shoot the girl that you love and then blame him. Oh, the creature killed her. It totally wasn't me, guys. This fucking monster here like done killed Elizabeth.
He grew bullet fingers.
Yeah, and then gets his brother kind of killed in the melee, and his brother's like, he's like, I was always scared of you, Victor. You are the monster. You've doomed us all with your obsession.
Yeah, good story of don't play God.
Yeah. Build Skynet.
It's already built, Joe.
True.
You didn't start warning people soon enough.
No one would listen. I'm like, you're not crazy when the shit actually happens. I am the sci-fi equivalent of the crazy old man in the all the horror movies that are like, don't go to that haunted lake. You're all gonna die down there. And then they all die down there, and it's like, should listen to the crazy old man.
Fucking told you so.
Yeah.
Damn it. Y'all gotta go to some lake camp? Like, can't go anywhere else in the world?
Oh. But yeah, and it's like, I like how he's just like, no, I'm gonna, like, you killed, like, the only person that was nice to me. I'm gonna, like, I'm not gonna kill you. Like, living
I'm just gonna keep injuring you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep fucking with you and, like, just show up, kick your ass, and, like, go away. And finally, like, he tracks him, like, all the way out to, like, damn near the North Pole, and he's like, I need some dynamite. And and he's like, oh, you got dynamite? And he's like, here, let me light that for you. And he's like, if this doesn't kill me, you should probably run or whatever. And it's like, he's like, yeah, because at this point he's like, he's not gonna make me a partner. Like, either figure out a way to kill me or help me. So he's like, oh, dynamite, let me try this. Nope, didn't kill me. Now I'm gonna fuck you up some more. This kind of reminds me, there was a movie.
Like, I love that scene though, where he's like, he lights it, and creature just looks over, and he's like, now run. And it's like, dude, you've broken his leg, and he's like trying to hobble away. That'd be me with my bad knees now. Be like, that's gonna go boom. So we probably want to be okay. I made it 12 feet. I'm good.
Oh. But yeah, they have that moment, like, after that, where he's like, Creature's told his story, Victor told his story. Victor's finally like, now that I've heard your side of things, yeah, I understand. I'm sorry, my son, like, I created this torture of a life. This is my fault. Go ahead and take your vengeance. But then he just kind of dies because he's already getting fucked up and half frozen.
Well, that whole, kind of dialogue of just, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, and you are forgiven, Victor, and you may rest in peacefully, and whatnot.
We're gonna go chunk you in the ice.
So romantic.
And then help the nice Danish guys off. Like, all right, sorry I killed like 3 or 4 of your guys, but
they shot me.
Yeah, it's just like, I got some anger issues, but let me push y'all's ass back out to sea, and I'm gonna go fuck off and I'm gonna go fight a Yeti. I gotta find something. I'm all the way up here at the North Pole. I'm gonna find something to do.
No, he's gonna start a commune, and they're gonna leave.
He's gonna become Santa Claus.
Santa Claus and Frankenstein's creature.
I'm gonna go fight the Yule Cat. Make him my pet. Oh.
I mean, dude, like there are so many legends. Like we could, yeah, the creature verse, the chupacabra. Like, you know, he's just out like looking at all these, you know, different mythos and, you know, creatures of mythology. Like, yes, I have found one, and I am indestructible, so I shall defeat it for the people.
But yeah, I do like too that, like, you know, after all this kind of transpires and they're like, all right, Captain, we've got the ship free. What's our course of action? And the captain's like, no, I've learned my lesson. I've, you know, seen what kind of obsession can do.
I know we just got out of the ice, but turn back. Let's go through the ice again.
Yeah. It's like, let's get the fuck home. Like yeah, fuck the North Pole. We're getting the fuck out of here.
They're never gonna find that island of misfit toys. Creature finds the island.
Fucking what was the prospector from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie?
Oh,
he shows up and tries to fight Frankenstein. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were the Bumble."
what? Not Ulysses. Something along those lines, though.
Yeah.
Ah, that's one of those like it's on the tip of the tongue, and I can't.
Yeah, Lars Mikkelsen too, as he was the one who played the captain of the Navy expedition. Yeah, I mean, this had such like big name actors in this thing too.
Like I said, this is truly was one that I'm like, now that I've seen it, like I don't know, like if oh yeah, there's this Netflix production and it's going to be in theaters. Like I probably wouldn't have taken the gamble to see it, but now I'm like, man, this needs to be a theatrical release. Now that hindsight can be 2020.
That and too, I like to kind of back it up a little bit. I like how they went a lot deeper into the science of it, where it's like, oh, I've discovered the lymphatic system. That's going to be my circuitry for building my monster, and there was all these. They kind of did enough, even if it is like fictional, that it like made it kind of plausible. That,
well, this is one of those that I'm you know, I'm waiting on some scientist or something to be like the science facts behind, you know, Frankenstein, and be like, oh, this was all Hollywood total made up BS, but man, it sounded great on screen.
Yeah, I mean, they did enough where it's not just like, you know, a lot of the times it's like, oh, I'm just gonna like throw a lightning rod, shock the piss out of this corpse that I've sewn together. But I mean, Del Toro and his like love of practical effects, you know, you got to see a lot of that like surgical stuff of him trying to connect the parts and sewing the muscle tissue together, and the kind of, oh yeah, just electric shock to the fucking lymphatic system with my special juice I invented.
Shock.
Yeah, my whatever potion that I've created. Yeah, they put enough. They kind of whatever dazzled you with enough details that you're like, all right, yeah, maybe this shit's possible.
without overloading you to be like, oh man, I need a medical degree.
Yeah. But everything looked kind of sticky.
Now I want somebody with a... Oh, yeah.
Well, like, oh, this looks really gross.
Like when you just see, you know, all the different cadavers and bits and pieces, and it's like, man, somebody had fun at the butcher market.
Yeah. I'm like, that castle had to stink like a motherfucker.
It was cold. It was all frozen.
Also, the one thing that, like, you missed the gas thing. What the fuck was that castle for to begin with? Like, it had this giant, like, hole in the middle of the tower. They went from, like, the top of the tower all the way to the basement. It's like, they never explained why there was a giant, like, toilet hole in the middle of this castle.
It allowed oxygen to disperse, you know.
It was an ancient, like, AC system or whatnot.
You know, otherwise you would just suffocate because no air's getting in.
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, it looks cool, but I'm like, why is hole?
if your exterior gets breached, you can navigate to the hole.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever explaining what that castle was to begin with.
Or maybe the
that they
hole is
bought.
what actually leads to birth.
It's the birth hole.
If you had a castle, what would it be? Castle vagina. Here we birth.
Like the Glock model vaginas.
That would be Castle Boom.
Uh,
Or Castle Pew. Just
it's that fucking Super Mario level with all the fucking bullets that you had to hop the giant cannons with the big bullets.
what was that? That was it the final up where you're on the ship and
Yeah.
think you did good, then you get to the boss. It's like fuck.
And I always like Oscar Isaac too. He's one of those guys that like I didn't like him much as Poe in Star Wars, but then after the stuff he's done since Star Wars, I'm like fucking Moon Knight and this, and I'm like, it's like him and Pedro Pascal are in like everything these days. It's like, hey, we need a Guatemalan guy. Which is Pedro busy? Oh, it's calls Oscar Isaac.
Like, I'm only doing this if he agrees to it as well. We're a package deal.
Yeah, we need like a movie with both of them in it.
But now I would like to go back and reread the book and, try to pick up, which I'm sure by now somebody's already did, These are the differences, because as soon as something gets released, somebody's like, ha!
And that book too,
got a
like
film for that.
I listened to it's like a
That was very screechy, by the way.
short form podcast, and it's called like a culture shock, where they just kind of do weird stories, but it's like maybe like a 20-30 minute podcast.
They have Teslas.
But they no, but they did an episode on Mary Shelley, and it's like, yeah, like that whole story of Frankenstein was basic. I think it was originally called like the Modern Prometheus. It was basically like her and her buddies like hanging out in a cabin and shit, and was like, they're like, hey, as fun, let's see who can write the best ghost story or whatnot. And Frankenstein, or what the basis of Frankenstein is, what she just kind of came up with at this party that in her little like writing competition with the with her friends of the time.
Well, I mean, dude, we've had so many great ideas that we could have retired on over the years if only we had written them down and pursued them.
Yeah,
I mean, we have conquered all the world's problems at some point, and
that's the problem. We get distracted and we're lazy. Like back in the day, you didn't have as many distractions. It's like I live in a cabin in the woods. There's no internet. For me to go visit my buddy in the next town, that's like a 3-month journey by boat. It's like if you thought of something, you didn't have anything to distract you from it. You're just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna do this thing. Nowadays, it's like, hey, I got this idea. Oh, there's a new season of The Witcher on.
shiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch The Witcher.
Well, that is definitely on my bucket list. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm going into that one already with a sense of negativity, though. Just so disappointed.
Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in, so we'll see. I'll let you know when I finish it if it's if it's worthy. So yeah, as we kind of wrap this up, this here Rocky Patel 30th, caramelly, little nutty, some almonds, some cocoa powder, and just a kind of hint of cedar, a bit woody, if you will.
It's like a woody hot chocolate. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's smooth yet robust.
Man, you're getting really good at this.
Mm-hmm. Totally not just reading this description off the website. But I don't disagree with it.
They're not wrong. We are tasting the same thing.
I confirm his opinion. But yeah, it's good. I mean,
like, is there like a sommelier type deal for cigars? Like,
there might be. I don't know.
It's like, oh yeah, you got to go through a 52-week program, and
yeah, it's like, yeah, because a lot of times it's like, I like this cigar. I can't. Because like we've talked to some blenders too, and it's like, yeah, there's certain people have the palate when they, oh yeah, I taste this, and this, and then there's other people that are like, this tastes good. I can't tell you like I'm tasting this and this and this, but I'm like, no, overall, It's good.
I get apricot and elderberry, and I'm like, and then there'll be some shit. I'm like, what the fuck does that even taste like? How could you possibly know?
That's like we were talking to, Ricky Rodriguez, and he's like, these people that are like, oh, it tastes earthy. Like, what are you, chewing on dirt? How do you know what earth tastes like? And leathery. I'm just chewing on a freaking old belt.
I know leather because I used to chew on my baseball glove. I know I know earth because many times I've wrecked BMX bikes and came up with a
Just face planted in the mud and like,
you
yep,
know.
this tastes like dirt.
You know, when we were kids and we heard people were smoking grass and we'd be like, yeah, let me grab this blade of grass. We're cool too. Look at us not doing anything.
Oh yeah, I guess there are certain flavors that you can. There is non-eating ways to like develop those flavors. So, all right. I stand corrected.
I'm speaking from my experience, but then again, like it's like, man, that tastes like dirt and grass and all these like that's gonna taste terrible.
Ah, Candela. It tastes like fresh cut grass. Why is that a good thing? Oh.
But I mean, so much of it is your smell influences your taste as well. But
So now that Del Toro has tackled historical monsters, what's another monster that we've not had a story on that a Del Toro version would?
well, I don't know. I mean, this has been like a based on that docu-series thing. You know, this was kind of like something he wanted to do very early on in his infancy.
A Jekyll and Hyde story.
And that's one that you don't really
I don't think
get.
Dracula has enough like creature feature stuff for his like visual style, but you could add a lot of science and whatnot into a Jekyll and Hyde story. You could definitely monster up at least the Hyde version.
Well, I mean, you could Dracula as well. I mean, you get the gothic romance side of Dracula, then you get just the, you know, straight up horror blood sucking version of Dracula. I mean that.
We get the Marvel team up. We have like the Wolfman, Frankenstein. He does an Avengers style monster movie, which I think they're already.
Nobody would even know who those characters are anymore. Be like, and remember, it's Donna and the Wolfman.
It's Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. Anybody from the state of Georgia knows that one. Come on down to Gainesville.
Donna and the Wolfman. I drove by that recently too. I'm like, oh yeah, the Wolfman. Yeah. Local commercials are always some of the best commercials. Those this weird,
especially
low
from our childhood.
Yeah, the regional shit. But yeah, that's kind of all we got for you this week. Stay tuned for some whatever we talk about next.
I think we're going to do a book review on Blue and Smoke.
I was going to say science, but I think we're going to do a Blue and Smoke after this.
I'm here to help you stay on track.
Yeah, I get distracted easy. That's why I accomplish nothing.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Piece of candy, yeah.
We'll be right back.
And you've been watching the Cigar Nerds podcast. Check us out on cigarnerdpodcast.com and on the ESO Network, esonetwork.com. And don't forget, smoke them if you got them. Like, comment, and subscribe.